We get you up to speed on the latest in sports. I'm Denise Tan. Philippines finally won a volleyball game in the Asian Games after almost 5 decades. The men's team swept Afghanistan in its second game in the tournament, 25-23, 25-16, and 25-12. Besides a tight first set, the Pinoys didn't need a lot to dispatch the Afghans. This was a good bounce-back win after the Philippines lost its opener game against Indonesia in Pool F. Prior to last night, the country won its last Asian Games volleyball match in 1974. The team will next face powerhouse Team Japan. They will need a victory to be able to advance to the quarterfinals of the tournament. The Philippine softball team displayed dominance against Malaysia in the Makassar Open International in Indonesia. Team Malaysia was no match for the Blue Girls as they pounced on every opportunity to score. The game ended with a 13-0 shutout in favor of the Philippines. After losing to powerhouse Japan in the tournament opener, the Pinays managed to win all 4 of their ensuing games. The tournament serves as the team's final tune-up before the Asian Games. The Blue Girls will enter the Asia this year, hoping to finally end their medal drought. Since softball became a part of the Asian, the Philippines is yet to win a medal, with the highest rank being 4th in the last 2 editions. The softball tournament of the Asian Games runs from September 26 to October 2. Pinay tennis star Alex Eala moves up to a new career best ranking in the Women's Tennis Association. Eala climbed 4 spots to number 191 in the world after a series of solid outings around Asia. Her entry into the top 200 is expected to boost her anticipated maiden campaign in the Asian Games with the national team. The 18-year-old is already in China due to the W250 Guangzhou Open. She has been booted out, though, losing to world number 48 Tatiana Maria of Germany in round of 32. The Rafa Nadal Academy graduate joins Ruben Gonzalez and Francis Alcantara in the Philippine tennis team for the Asian. We're taking a time out. The game on One News Now will return after a quick break. Stay tuned. You're still watching the game on One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. Thanks for joining us. Hardcourt veteran Eala Tenorio himself confirmed his basketball comeback after winning his bout against the Big C. In his post, Teniente detailed his ordeal of having to fight the ailment. Tenorio was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer last March, prompting him to suspend his stellar basketball career. In the past few months, he went back and forth from Manila to Singapore for medication. A couple of days ago, final tests and scans on Tenorio revealed no traces of cancer in his body. Now that he is cancer-free, the PBA's Ironman is raring to get back into the court soon. He has been cleared by doctors to rejoin trainings a few days after his last test. A promising young Pinoy swimmer is being lined up for further intensive training in Japan. Palabang pambansang gold medalist James Ray Ahido is seen to have a huge potential to be the country's next elite swimmer. Japanese gymnastics coach Munehiro Kugiyama himself picked Ahido and is personally handling the preparations for at least a 2-week training in Japan. The 14-year-old swimming wonder kid is expected to train using world-class facilities at the Juntendo University. Kugiyama helped transform Olympian Carlos Yulo into a 2-time world champion in gymnastics. But he is now scouting promising athletes and provide them with means to train and compete overseas with the help of KG Management Inc. Spain's FIFA Women's World Cup winning squad agreed to end their boycott of the national team. This is after the country's football federation assured it will make immediate and profound changes to its structures. More on this Reuters video.
Spain's World Cup winning women's squad agreed to end their boycott of the national team on Wednesday. That's after the country's football federation, or RFEF, said it would make, quote, immediate and profound changes to its structure. The players' revolt was triggered after former RFEF chief Luis Rubiales kissed forward Jenny Hermoso on the lips following Spain's World Cup victory. She disputed his insistence the kiss was consensual, sparking a national debate about macho culture in sport, which eventually led to Rubiales' resignation. The commitment from the RFEF was reached after 7 hours of talks between players, federation officials, the National Sports Council, known as the CSD, and the Women's Players Union. The players had said they would not represent Spain until there were further changes at the federation. His CSD president, Victor Francos.
Yo tengo que ser sincero.
I have to be honest, the players are experiencing a complicated moment, not less so than everyone else in this negotiation.
Hemos estado en esta negociación y en este proceso.
And I think it's good news to be able to say the Spanish women's team will play, with guarantees and hopefully victories, these next 2 games. It's what we all want.
Con garantías y esperemos que con victorias, que es lo que creo que.
No top officials elaborated on the changes to be made, only saying they would be announced soon. On Monday, before ending their boycott, most of the Women's World Cup winners were selected for upcoming games. The players said in a joint statement they would take the best decision for their future and health after they studied the legal implications of being included in a squad list they had asked to be left off. However, 20 players who said they were boycotting the team did report for training on Tuesday. 2 have since decided to leave the squad. Spain are set to make their debut in the Women's Nations League against Sweden on Friday.
A French paracyclist is hoping to raise awareness against all forms of discrimination ahead of her campaign in the Paris Paralympics next year. Let's watch this Reuters video.
Je voudrais vraiment faire passer le message que n'importe quel corps peut faire du sport, peut même rêver à du sport de haut niveau. Et en plus de ça, j'ai envie de montrer aussi qu'on peut bouger un peu les lignes. Pour moi, le cyclisme sur piste, en fait, c'est le moyen que j'ai trouvé actuellement de continuer à me faire ressentir ce que je ressentais quand je pouvais encore courir. Donc c'est un moyen pour moi de m'adapter à mon handicap tout en continuant de m'épanouir avec les sensations que j'avais quand j'étais en capacité de courir. Donc c'est vrai que la sensation de vitesse, pour moi, c'est très enivrant. Quand dire à un athlète que si elle voulait pas un sport sexiste, il fallait faire un sport de fille en 2021 sur des Jeux paralympiques, je trouve que ça résume énormément le comportement misogyne qu'il y a au sein encore des staffs. On peut lutter contre le sexisme, on peut lutter contre la misogynie, on peut mettre en avant l'inclusion et la rendre encore plus large et généreuse. Donc voilà, c'est les messages que j'ai envie de faire passer.
Get your fill of the latest in sports at onesports.ph. Meantime, the Newsday continues later at 4:30 p.m. I'll see you then. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.